In today's video, I'm going to go through my 3 favourite Mira strategies to use in Rainbow Six Siege. These are 3 Mira strategies that I use to win rounds and champion games. So hopefully if you use them as well, it'll help you win some rounds and win some games as well. For the first one, we're going to be starting off on the basement of Oregon. And this Mira strat is going to be the sort of generic Mira strat you would see on this site. However, I see a lot of times people go to the basement and Mira's not banned, but they're not picking her and playing her, which I feel like is a very, very big waste just because of how strong Mira can be, especially on this site. So for the first Mira that you want to put is you want to put it on this wall here, then make sure you put it on the right one. So you want to reinforce this wall and then put a Mira on the wall, but make sure you put it as far left as you can. The reason for this, and this should be done on every single wall that you reinforce and put a Mira on it as well, this is because the closer you, the further along you put it, the less sort of like, if I was to swing from the right side, I have to like sort of keep my aim tracked through all this reinforcement bit until I finally get the bit I can peek from. Whereas if it's right on the edge, it's literally just straight peeking them straight away. And it's just so much quicker and so much easier to like get shots off that way. So the first Mira goes there. This is to stop anybody pushing in through the bunker, which is a very, very common place to push. Usually you would have just like head holes along here, and then you would sort of double up with your person playing in bunker to sort of fight with them. But this just gives you actual full visual on them, so you don't have to play off like information and play off sound and just try and like ego swing. The reason as well why you want to make sure you put it on the left, on the right side rather than the left side, is because it allows you to play angles like this if you want to. You can play by this this pillar door, and then you can have holes in the wall here just to have someone else back you up as well. So instead of just having 2, you could have 3 people play here, and then the person playing on this door can either swing the door or swing the holes. Then you have the guy in blue, and then you have the guy on the Mira, and it's really, really hard to push against that. Alright, so the next Mira that I'm going to show you is for the to watch the laundry side and to watch the front side, and this is simply just put in this closet on the right side of the wall here. Now I'm going to explain why it's the right side as well in a minute, but you want to reinforce the wall and put the Mira as far left on the reinforcement as you possibly can, like that. And this will see the entirety of the sort of laundry push. You can swing off it, get some pre-fires off, get some shots off, and get some freebies. And also you can kind of peek towards the head holes a little bit if you have head holes in the freezer wall here, which is a very common setup to do. Make sure you put the head holes there like that, and then you can swing off them from the Mira. Like this, you can see through like all the way down deep freezer, and then try and get some shots off. Now, some people will put this Mira on the left side because they think like, if I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get out while somebody's pushing down laundry, they can just wallbang me, which is possible. But if you put it on the left side, somebody all the way deep in freezer can actually get an angle on you behind the Mira, because obviously this wall will be soft. They can just wallbang through the soft wall and they'll kill you on the Mira. So make sure you put it on the right side for that reason. And another option to put a Mira down here as well, if you don't want to put this one, is to put it on this freezer wall there. Reinforce the wall, put it on, and then you're chilling. What some people do as well actually is to not put the back Mira like that, and they'll just use like, they'll stack like 3 people up on the back side, and then the other 2 will kind of play on this Mira here and then that freezer Mira there, and them can have like protect each other and have a crossfire on each other, where then the back guys have like 3 men to hold that one door. So it's very doable that way as well. So that's just another option as well for you. So now I'm going to head on to the next map. Alright, so now we're onto the next map, which is Clubhouse, and I'm going to show you a Mira strat for the top floor gym bedroom site. So for this site, the main sort of places you need to protect against is a jacuzzi side push and a construction side push, like a cash push. So to do this, you're going to want to put your first Mira on the jacuzzi wall by putting it on this bathroom wall. You reinforce the wall and then put it on straight away. Make sure you put it on the far left again, just because it's the closer you put it onto the left side, the easier it is to swing off it, because you can't actually swing from the right. So from this point, you can fight anybody on the jacuzzi breach if they try and push in the breach. Basically, it's impossible to push in this jacuzzi breach while there's a Mira up here. So with this Mira just standing here is enough to stop you from trying to push in, because if you try and push in against a Mira, it's pretty much suicide. So like, there's no point. So it's a very, very strong Mira for protecting against the jacuzzi push, which is like a really common push. And then for the second Mira, you're going to want to put it in Logi. But I see a lot of people doing this Mira wrong, and I'm going to explain why. So a lot of people will put this Mira on the left side here because they're like, oh, I can play tucked kind of behind this wall, so I'm not visible from the hatch. Where that's kind of a thing, but when you want to peek off the Mira, you're going to be visible from the hatch anyway. So that makes it irrelevant. And also, because of the soft wall, or like what might be reinforced in your game, the construction outside wall here, if somebody places a thermite charge on that wall and blows it up, I don't know if the C4 will have the same effect, but it blows up the Mira as well, the thermite would have a bigger explosion radius, and it gets rid of the whole reinforcement and the mirror. So you don't want to put it on this wall, because if someone sees that, they can switch to a thermite, play thermite, and then just breach this wall, get the mirror, and then you'll be gone. So what you want to do instead is to put it on this wall here. So when you're inside Logi, it's on the right. And then from this point, you put the mirror on the wall as far left as possible. Like that. And this will stop anybody pushing into construction. You can see all the way deep in the cache as well. You can't really swing off that though, but you can just have the information, and then when they come close to the door and get ready to push in, you can pre-fire it and stuff like that. You can also fight the con window, and just anybody like tries to push into con. If somebody goes to breach this wall, ideally you would probably have to leave at that point, because then you would just be dead anyway. But you can kind of play tuck maybe and get like a bit of a ratty play off it. But yeah, so just be careful for that wall, and also be careful for the Logi hatch, because you are visible from the Logi hatch here. So what I like to do is to play this until somebody either breaches this wall or breaches Logi hatch, and then if they breach the Logi hatch and my cache is safe, what I'll do is I'll jump in here. Sorry, the rotate's a bit scuffed. And then what I'll do is I'll actually make punch holes like this, just to fight against the Logi hatch, because if they go on the little grating bit at the back, you can like do a bit of parkour and get on the grating bit behind it. You can just kind of pre-fire them off it, or like just shoot them off it, or if the peak any side of it, you can see them and shoot them. So this is where I like to put that mirror, and that's how I like to kind of play around it. Alright, so now we're on to the final site for this video, which is Bank Basement, and this is arguably, in my opinion, the best site for Mira in the game, because it makes it really, really hard for the enemies to go for a plant, and it gives you so much information to be able to stop plants and to be able to just get freebies and win rounds from it as well. So for this setup, all you need to do, make your normal reinforcement rotate hole, on this wall here like this. Then reinforce the wall, and then all you want to do is put a mirror on it on the left side like this. Boom, and this will stop anybody that's able to try and go for a plant on the sort of the default plant spot, which if you don't know already, the default plant is to kind of open up this wall and then crouch backwards in for a plant here like this. And then from this mirror, you are able to fully see that. You can see the little back of the whoever goes to try and plant, and then you can just throw a C4 off. What I like to do is to just kind of prone, so I'm safe behind the rotate hole, and then throw my C4 and get a freebie from it. What also I like to do with the second mirror is to reinforce this garage wall and put it on the garage wall. The reason for this is because it stops the garage push, and it also gives you another ability from it as well, which I'll talk about in a second. So from this you can see anybody trying to push garage, which is a very, very common lurk push. The attackers generally might play like a nook and come sort of crouch walking up here, or if they try and play the long angle behind the whatever car that is. You can see them on here, and usually this is not enough. If I'm pushing garage, this is enough for me to just be like, okay, I'm leaving. If I see a mirror, then I'm like, no, they know I'm here, I'm going somewhere else, I'm off. So generally it's enough to just deter people from instantly, or if they keep trying to push it, you've got a freebie on them by just pre-firing off the information. So it's a very strong mirror, but not only does it do that, like I said before, it has a second kind of use, which is very, very good, and it's used a lot in high rank games. If you open up the wall like this towards the bomb, and then you pop the mirror, this is something you want to do late round when you know nobody's going to push garage. But from this mirror, you can actually see the breach here into the server, which is like I said before, is the default plant spot. So if you have someone with an ACOG, you can sit here and headshot the guy going for the plant. It's very common for people to play some kind of ACOG operator, even like an Echo or something. Like the Echo player late round will kind of rotate down here, and then you'll have his Echo drones. Once he comes off the Echo drones, you can just go here and start trying to ping heads. It's very, very common for people to do that, and the reason why is because it works a lot. So yeah, that's my 3 favorite Mira strats that I like to run in Siege right now. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.